Our Philadelphia Eagles are one win away from advancing to Super Bowl 60 in Atlanta. They can just taste it. The big game is right there for the taking. Last season, the Eagles lost in the NFC Championship to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who they just got revenge on in the divisional round. And now the only team standing in the Eagles' way of a Super Bowl appearance is the 15-2 Jalen Hurts-led Carolina Panthers in what should be a really fun battle. Last week, we had our divisional round game against the Buccaneers, and it was wild. One of the craziest playoff games I've ever seen. The Bucs started the game on a 21-0 lead, and it looked like we were going to get blown out, but we stormed with a huge comeback late in the game. Malachi Madison threw for 4 touchdowns in his playoff debut. The offense was great. The defense and special teams were both a little bit shaky, but we were ultimately able to do enough to get the win against the Bucs. In the NFC, we have the 2 highest-seeded teams left with the Eagles and Panthers, and in the AFC, it's the 2 lowest-seeded teams left with the Bengals and the Colts. If you look at the quarterbacks left on these 4 teams, you notice an interesting pattern. We have our current quarterback, Malachi Madison, and our former quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts and Xander Vanderwall. The 3 starting quarterbacks throughout this series are all still alive, which is really crazy. So we're going to obviously face off against Jalen Hurts today, leading the Carolina Panthers, who, outside of us, have been the best team in the NFL this season. They went 15-2, and that obviously starts and ends with quarterback Jalen Hurts. After Season 3, we made the decision to let him go in the offseason, and that move has worked out perfectly for all parties involved. The Panthers signed him to a 3-year deal where he has been great. He threw 4 touchdowns a week ago. He's been an absolute stud in Carolina, and I'm happy for him because he deserves it. He's got a ton of weapons on his team, including the game-breaking running back Christian McCaffrey, who ran for nearly 1,900 yards this season to go with 20 touchdowns. His receiving core is also loaded. They have Devontae Adams, who will not play today. He is out for this game. They only have 3 healthy receivers on the roster, but they're all good ones, led by DJ Moore. The defense is one of the best defenses in the NFL as well. They've got plenty of playmakers on that side of the ball. Guys like Jeremy Chin, Dante Jackson, J.C. Horn, Brian Burns, who's a 99 overall, Derek Brown in the middle, and former Westlake linebacker Lou Burts-Roy, who has been the Luke Kuechly replacement for this team. He isn't exactly the turnover machine that he was in college, but he is still a very, very good pro. This team is phenomenal. They are the second best team in the NFL right now, but we were a little bit better than them in the regular season. We are slightly favored, but this should be a really fun matchup regardless. As good as Jalen Hurts in this past game is, I'm a little bit more concerned about Christian McCaffrey because he's arguably the best running back in football. And then defensively, look on the right. They are ranked in the top 5 in almost every major defensive statistic. So it is going to be a big challenge facing off against them. But I think our team can handle it. We've got a great group here who is hungry for a Super Bowl appearance. Can we do it? Let's find out. Welcome to Lincoln Financial Field here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A beautiful January night. Finally, there's no snow. Every home playoff game in this series has had snow in it. It could have been snowy again. We had the message for it to be a blizzard, but I decided not to click on it because literally every home playoff game has been snowy. So I wanted to change it up and not have a snow game for once and for all, which might honestly go to the advantage of Carolina because they're more used to, not playing in the snow compared to us. This could be the last game we play in this series at Lincoln Financial Field. It's obviously our final home game of the season. This is the final full season of the series with Madden 23 coming out in just around 2 weeks. We are still going to have a long-term sim, but we're not really going to be playing games at the link. So hopefully we can take it all in front of the Philly faithful, one of the most passionate fan bases in the National Football League, as head coach Champ Britton looks to advance to the Super Bowl against another Philly guy, Matt Rule, who's won a number of games in this stadium as the former head coach of the Temple Owls. The Eagles are going to start with the ball. Wright has us teed off, and the NFC Championship game is underway. Who will advance to the Super Bowl as Mekhi Diggins takes it out of his own end zone. He's wrapped up a little bit past the 20 at the 22-yard line. Here comes out the Philadelphia offense led by the NFL's most valuable player, Malachi Madison, who threw for 4 touchdowns in his postseason debut a week ago, 2 of which, including the game winner, were caught by Tykeem Keon, who of course is in the midst of the greatest receiver season ever. 2nd and 4 here for the Eagles early in the drive. Madison is sacked on the play. Derek Brown and Yetur Gross-Matos both bring down the quarterback for a loss of about 7. Good start there for the Carolina pass rush, who ranked 5th in the NFL this season in sacks. 3rd and 11. Madison connects with Devontae Smith, who brings it to the 40. Devontae Smith throughout this series has been really good, obviously, but in the playoffs, he's always taken his game to another level. Last week was no exception, where he played out of his mind. Here's Tazwell Hubbard, breaks the tackle from Horn, and is wrapped up by Jeremy Chin past the 50. Hubbard only got the ball 15 times last week, but he made the most of it, running for over 120 yards. 2nd and 9 here from the 48. Pretty good start to the drive for the Birds, as again it's Devontae Smith with the first down, wrapped up on the play by Dante Jackson. The Eagles are moving the ball really well. They're going slowly but surely down the field, taking their time, trying to avoid mistakes. Madison has an open man deep. It's Smith, but it's overthrown. That could have been a touchdown if Madison had accurately made that pass, and now it's a 3rd and long. Madison looks to throw it under pressure, trying to avoid the sack, and he cannot. Derek Brown with 1.5 sacks on the drive, and that'll knock the Eagles out of field goal range. Costly mistake from quarterback Malachi Madison, and after all that, the Eagles have to start the drive with a punt. Jack Fox is one of the best punters in the NFL, showing why here. This ball is downed inside the 10 at the 7 by Mekhi Diggins. What a punt! And now here's the Carolina offense led by former Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts, who started here the first 3 seasons of this series, and he was not a bad player. He made 2 Pro Bowls, he won a playoff game, but we let him go, and Hurts has been spectacular in Carolina, and obviously that move has worked out for us as well, as it led us to acquiring Malachi Madison last offseason via trade. Quick gain of 7 up the middle that should knock Carolina out of safety territory, as it's now 2nd and 3. Handoff to the outside for Christian McCaffrey. He gets a nice gain of around 14 yards, wrapped up by Cleveland Ferrell. Good run for CMC, and despite starting inside the 10, Carolina is quickly able to get back into more respectable territory. 1st and 10, CMC is smothered behind the backfield by the veteran J.J. Watt and the rookie Zaire Savage, the 2nd-round pick out of the University of Cincinnati, forcing a loss of 2. 4:20 left to go in the quarter, as it's now 2nd and 12 for the Panthers. Hurts has time. He goes short for Brian Edwards, who has really developed nicely here in Carolina. He was a raw player coming out of South Carolina, struggled at times with the Raiders, but here with the Panthers, he's really caught on and has been a key player on this offense. Here's McCaffrey to the outside, breaks a tackle, wrapped up past the 50 by Edmund Orient, but not before getting another first down run. Nice play for CMC, who finished 2nd in the MVP voting, just behind Malachi Madison. 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts as a wide open man. It's McCaffrey who gets it inside the 20, wrapped up by Joko Onwosu at the 14-yard line. Christian McCaffrey's been the go-to guy on this drive for Carolina, and it has obviously worked out quite well. 3rd and 1, now at the 6, final seconds of the quarter. Hurts looks to throw it. He's under a little bit of pressure. What a play by Josh Uche to go from one side to the other to bring down Jalen Hurts, get the sack, and stop him of the first down. Not going to see many more impressive sacks than that as we wrap up the first quarter. Tied at 0, no score yet, but Carolina should be able to change that quickly as they start with the field goal unit out on the field after a very long 13-play drive. It's Tristan Vizcaino on to kick the 23-yard attempt here for Carolina to put them on the scoreboard first. The kick is up and good. And so Carolina leads this game 3-0 as they score here on the first play of the second quarter. The Eagles' first offensive drive started off pretty well, but after a big sack by Derek Brown, they never really had an opportunity to rebound. 3rd and 5, Madison scrambling with it, takes his time, takes a shot deep downfield. It's caught by Tykeem Keon for the touchdown. But there's one problem. We have a flag on the play, and I think this one's coming back. As Malachi Madison was setting up his feet to throw, he accidentally stepped past the line of scrimmage. So it's an illegal forward pass. The touchdown won't count. It becomes a 4th and 10, essentially ending the drive. And instead of getting 7, the Eagles get a 3 and out. Carolina has it back. McCaffrey loses 2 on the run. Jabari Achebe brought down like 3 guys on that play. But most importantly, he brought down McCaffrey, who had the football for a loss of yards. That'll make it a 3rd and 10 now for the Panthers, looking to extend their lead as McCaffrey gets hit on the screen, and he's incomplete. That was Josh Uche with the hit. Uche's making a really big impact on today's game so far. The Eagles have it back. Nice run up the middle by Tazewell Hubbard, wrapped up by his former college teammate, Lou Burt's-Roy, a couple of former Westlake Hornets. Now from the 36-yard line, the Eagles are as close to the end zone as they've been so far today. Madison goes back to Hubbard, cuts to the outside with a nice spin move. He gets around 5, and unfortunately, Jason Kelce is hurt on the play. Kelce's day will come to an end, and who knows, that could be Jason Kelce's last down as an Eagle. He is 37 years old after all. First play, he's out of the game. The Panthers get another sack. It's Brian Burns who brings down the QB. Without Jason Kelce, the heart and soul of this team, the one guy from the Super Bowl 52 team who is still here, without him, the Eagles are really going to need to rely on these other leaders like Malachi Madison, who is incomplete here on 3rd and 18. The Panthers sent Brian Burns out in coverage to make the play, as Jason Kelce officially has broken his ribs. I don't think he's going to be able to come back in 2 weeks, so his season and maybe career is unfortunately over. Here's the field goal team, a 62-yard attempt for Zebediah Phoenix. He nails it. Zebediah Phoenix with the longest kick in the history of the NFL playoffs. It's a 62-yarder. Phoenix has the longest kick in general this season with a 68-yard field goal. Phoenix struggled a week ago, missing 2 kicks. Looking to get back on track here as it's now tied at 3. Carolina has the ball back. It's Tommy Tremble with the first down to the 31-yard line. Jalen Hurts hasn't made a ton of big throws so far, but he has been very efficient to start the game. He's avoided mistakes, which has been a big deal for the Panther offense. 3rd and 1. Hurts gets away from the pocket and somehow gets the first down. He only gained 2, but that's all he needs to keep the drive going. Really heads-up play by Hurts. Hand off to McCaffrey now, who cuts to the left side. Tries to break the tackle from Orient. He cannot, but he does get 18 yards, bringing it past midfield to the 40-yard line. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. A very low-scoring game. The Eagles' offense has been on fire in recent weeks, and their defense has really struggled. But that's been the opposite today. The offense has been a little bit lackluster, and the defense has been quite good. Carolina continuing to move it down the field pretty nicely. There's DJ Moore to the 28. This is a homecoming for Moore. He's a Philly native. He played for Imhotep Institute Charter High School in North Philadelphia as it's 3rd and 10. Hurts looks to throw it. He goes back to the Philly native DJ Moore, who gets the first down once again, gaining 12. Now at the 16-yard line, just over a minute left to go here in the first half. Hurts looks to throw it on first down. Under pressure, heaves it for the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. Tyshawn Baldwin is the one who comes down with it. And the Carolina Panthers finally find the end zone, and they'll take a 10-3 lead. That was a gutsy throw by Hurts under pressure, one-on-one coverage, and it's Baldwin who boxes out Nehemiah Richardson to come down with the grab. Nehemiah Richardson is about as locked down as it gets on coverage, and he didn't even have that bad of a play there. It was just an awesome move by Tyshawn Baldwin. The play was reviewed, but he did get both feet in, so it is a touchdown, and the Eagles' offense returns. They've got to get something going on this drive. They're down by 7. Got to keep in mind, Carolina starts with the ball in the second half, so if the Eagles are down going into the third quarter, they could find themselves in a little pickle. 52 seconds and all 3 timeouts here for the Birds as it's Keon up the middle. He gets 17 yards, and the Eagles would not call a timeout. They went no huddle on that play. 2nd and 10, under 30 seconds to go. Still with all 3 timeouts, it's Devontae Smith who gets the first down, and the Eagles quickly call timeout number 1. They're getting pretty close to field goal range. We know Zebediah Phoenix can kick it from, really, if you're past the 50, it's probably going to go in. 2nd and 10. Madison scrambling with it. Has to make sure he avoids the sack, which he does. Goes short for JT DeMarco, who's out of bounds at the 45. Now it's a 3rd and 7. The Eagles are going to keep the offense out on the field. They got to be smart here and make sure time doesn't wind down as Hubbard is quickly out of bounds with 3 seconds to go. The Eagles don't want to mess this up. They're just going to bring the field goal team out. Zebediah Phoenix made one from 62 earlier today. This one from 57. Bang! Another really long kick by Zebediah Phoenix, who has a tendency of making a lot of really long kicks. That'll wrap up the first half, 10-6, a very low-scoring game. It's the Carolina Panthers who have the lead, and they do start with the ball in the second half. The Eagles have had so many comebacks throughout the season. They're used to being down here at halftime. I mean, hell, they were down 21-0 in the second quarter a week ago against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If they can come back from that, they should have no problem coming back down from this. We're going to really focus on throwing the ball in the second half. We're going to probably need Malachi Madison to win us this game. And then defensively, the Panthers' offense hasn't been great, but they've been efficient. They've avoided mistakes, and we'll see if Jalen Hurts is a little bit more aggressive here in the third quarter as he goes short for Stratton, who's going to get around 10. Another short pass by Jalen Hurts, which works out for a big gain. Hurts made a few too many mistakes while playing quarterback here in Philadelphia, and clearly he's learned a lot and has cleaned up some of the issues he had when he was a Philadelphia Eagle. From the 42-yard line, under some pressure, Hurts is brought down. Josh Uche with his 2nd sack of the game. J.J. Watt helped collapse the pocket, which causes Hurts to roll out to the left, but Josh Uche is right there to bring him down for a big loss. Now it's 3rd and 17 here for the Panthers. Hurts looks to throw it, has time. He goes short for McCaffrey, who gets a solid gain, but not enough for the first down. Big stop by the Philadelphia defense. It's the slot corner, Mekhi Diggins, who brings him down. Carolina would punt it. Big stop for the Eagles defense, and now they have it back on offense. Play action fake there on 2nd and 1 as Keon grabs it. Good throw from Malachi Madison, and Keon has it past the 50 to the 39-yard line. Tykeem Keon's been quiet for his standards today. 3 catches, 45 yards. We'll see if he can continue to play well as the game goes along. Here's Tazwell Hubbard. Whoop! Nice little juke move. He spins his way to the 29. Wrapped up again by Lou Burts-Roy. So once again, just like last week, Tazwell Hubbard isn't getting the ball a ton, but when he is getting it, he's making the most of his opportunity. 3rd and 10. Madison scrambles with it. He will be incomplete. The pass nearly picked off. That was a risky throw. Shaq Thompson could have made a play there. 4th and 10, the field goal unit is back. 46-yard attempt for Zebediah Phoenix, who splits the uprights. Phoenix is now 3 for 3 on the day. Whenever Phoenix is not in a blizzard, he's about as automatic as it gets. And today, even with 8 miles an hour of wind, he's been, well, automatic. Carolina still leads, however, 10-9. He's on 1st down. Hurts looks to throw it, and it is caught by McCaffrey. That was great coverage the entire play by Winston Johnson, except for the end, where he lost his footing and ran out of bounds, which let McCaffrey get wide open. Costly play there by Johnson, and Carolina moves the chains. Hurts goes up the middle. It's caught by DJ Moore once again. Moore continuing to show that he is one of the more underrated receivers in the NFL. He's been great throughout his 8-year career here in Carolina. 3rd and 7. Hurts under pressure. He is sacked again. Have yourself a day. Josh Uche, his 3rd sack of the game. Unfortunately, J.J. Watt is injured, but I don't want to take away from Josh Uche, who is having a historic performance here in the NFC Championship. The Eagles have it back. 3rd and 11. It's Devontae Smith. Jukes away from the safety and gets 35 yards. It seems like Malachi Madison is getting a little bit more comfortable as the game goes along, which is a good thing. We want him to continue to get more comfortable. From the 36-yard line, Madison rolls out to the left. He has a wide open man. It's Tykeem Keon. He brings it to the 10. The Eagles' offense was slow to start the game, but here in the second half, they just have a different energy to them. I don't know what it is, but they just seem more in sync. They seem more confident. 2nd and 10 from the 11. Madison misfires for Keon. He's had a lot of throws like that today. Even though the Eagles' offense is in more of a groove, Madison has missed a ton of passes in this game. 3rd and 10. Final play of the quarter. It's a fumble. Quickly picked up by Jedrick Wills. That could have been real bad. A strip sack from Brian Burns to end the third quarter. 3 quarters down, 1 to go. The Panthers lead 10-9, but that lead might be short-lived. The field goal unit returns. It's a 41-yard kick for Zebediah Phoenix. He is now 4 for 4, and for the first time today, the Eagles have the lead. They have either been tied or trailed throughout the entire first 3 quarters, but now to start quarter number 4, they are ahead. Carolina looks to respond. 2nd and 6, short throw for Tremble, who is hit hard by Richardson, but he gets the first down. Hurts 15 for 19. He still has not missed many throws. He hasn't gone downfield as much as Madison, but he also hasn't missed as many throws as Malachi Madison. 3rd and 4. Hurts goes short and it's incomplete. 2 guys tried to catch it. They ran into each other and it's incomplete. So now the Eagles have the lead and the ball. This is a good spot to be in. Hubbard breaks a pair of tackles, jukes away from the safety, and is wrapped up by J.C. Horn, but not before getting 17 yards. Tazewell Hubbard continues to be the unsung hero of this offense throughout the playoffs and really the season as a whole. Now from the 27-yard line, Hurts goes short for DeMarco, who drops a wide-open pass. You got to avoid those mistakes. Madison has not been mistake-prone at all today, but that one was not on him at all. You got to catch the ball there, JT. 3rd and 1. Madison's going to roll out. He has wide-open rushing room and slides out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A gain of 19 for Madison, who hasn't ran the ball today before that play, which is kind of surprising because he does like to roll out and run. 2nd and 10, 5.5 to go. DeMarco does make the catch this time, and JT DeMarco has the Eagles in field goal range, bringing it to the 31-yard line. If the Eagles can score a touchdown, they'll be in a really good spot. They'd be up by 2 scores, and they also really want to chew as much clock as they can on this drive. Play action fake. Deep shot. Downfield. Caught by Tykeem Keon, who gets 19 yards, quickly tapped down by Shaq Thompson. The Eagles are letting this clock run. 4.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Madison looks to throw it. He, again, has a wide-open Tykeem Keon, but he misses the pass. Got to continue to clean up those mistakes. 3rd and 10 from the 12. Madison under pressure, misses another throw for Keon. So the Panthers defense gets a huge red zone stop. We'll see the field goal unit back for a 5th time today. This one from 29 yards, the shortest attempt of the game for Phoenix. He makes it. Zebediah Phoenix is 5 for 5 today. The offense has not been able to score a touchdown once, and now Carolina has it back with 3 minutes to go. The season is on the line for both teams this drive. 3rd and 4, it's Tyshawn Baldwin who gets 13 yards. Carolina keeps the drive alive here. The Panthers do have all 3 of their timeouts as we're now at under 2.5 minutes to go. From the 44-yard line, Hurts and McCaffrey in the backfield. Hurts looks to throw it. He is McCaffrey short, and he gets around 4 or 5. Hit hard by Isaiah Simmons, and that'll be the last play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go here in the NFC Championship. The Eagles lead by 5. We'll see if they can pull off the win and advance to Super Bowl 60. 2nd and 5. There's Stratton, who is out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Carolina's in field goal range, but they can't be thinking about a field goal down 5. They need a touchdown to take the lead. Following play here for the Panthers, Hurts looks to throw it. He's going to go towards the sidelines. It's caught by Moore, who gets 5, stopping the clock, but still not a huge gain there for Carolina. 2nd and 5 now from the 31-yard line. Hurts looks to throw it once again. He's under a little bit of pressure. He's going to go short for McCaffrey, who is just shy of the first down marker. Nice tackle by Joe Manning. 3rd and inches, another pass. Hurts scrambles a little bit to the right. He's under pressure. Goes for the sidelines. What a catch! Brian Edwards to the 7. He does a great job of keeping his footing. And now it's 1st and goal for the Panthers. They are so close to the end zone. They're not going to start running the ball as McCaffrey gets around 3. Carolina would surprisingly go no huddle, even though they should probably be chewing clock. 2nd and goal. Hurts looks to throw it. He goes short for DJ Moore, who is out of bounds at the 3. Clock stops. Carolina's getting closer and closer, but they're not quite there. 3rd and goal. Minute 2 to go. Hurts looks to throw it. He's under a little bit of pressure, and he is sacked on the play by Winston Johnson. 4th and goal. This could be for the ball game. McCaffrey lines out as a receiver. 5 wide set. Hurts looks to throw it. His pass is intercepted. C.J. Thomas picks it off, and he's going to take this one the length of the field. A 98-yard pick six. And C.J. Thomas, showboating in the end zone, fly like an eagle. He will punch Philadelphia's tickets to Super Bowl 60. What a play by C.J. Thomas to ice the game here for the Eagles. The ball-hawking corner makes another play. What a great celebration, too. This is just like the AFC Championship in Season 5 of the Jags franchise last year. Our big ball-hawking cornerback, Zaire Wiggins, had the big interception against our former quarterback, Gardner Minshew, just like today with C.J. Thomas and Jalen Hurts. For those who weren't around in Madden 21, Zaire Wiggins was like C.J. Thomas's ball skills and Nehemiah Richardson's coverage combined into one. He was insane. So now Carolina's down to 20 seconds. Short throw to the sidelines for Foyet Akibola, who gets around 4. 2nd and 6 now. The Panthers are already running Hail Marys at this point. They don't really see much of a choice to do otherwise. Hurts heaves it deep down the field, and this ball is caught, but it's not caught. Number 5 had that one right in his hands, but he dropped it. Now it's a 3rd and 6 with 8 seconds to go. For the ball game, Jalen Hurts looks to heave it up. The clock is going to hit triple zeros, and since it's a 2-score game, this one is over. The Hail Mary is caught by DJ Moore, but it's not going to matter. The Philadelphia Eagles win the NFC Championship 22-10 and are advancing to Super Bowl 60, their 4th Super Bowl appearance in franchise history. What a game, what a season it has been, but it is not done. After losing the NFC Championship last year, we made the bold move to acquire Malachi Madison, and that move has helped us pave the way to the Super Bowl. Even if Madison didn't play all that well today, the defense stepped up big time. We did not allow any points in the second half, and C.J. Thomas with the pick 6 to ice the game. So the 17-0 Eagles now have one more game left for the season to keep the perfect season going in the Super Bowl. This was a defensive battle through and through, and it's fitting that our only touchdown today was scored by the defense. Jalen Hurts, 24 of 31. I thought he was really efficient. The interception obviously wasn't ideal, but I think he did outplay Malachi Madison, who completed less than 50% of his passes. Madison had some big plays to help us win, but he certainly wasn't as good as last week. Both teams ran the ball well. DJ Moore, Tykeem Keon, Devontae Smith, all very good in the receiving game, as you would expect from those guys. But it was a defensive battle today. Both pass rushes were unbelievably good. Josh Uche was a machine. He had 3 sacks. Burns with 2 and a forced fumble, 1.5 for Brown, and of course the C.J. Thomas interception to ice the game. But I think the player of the game has to be Zebediah Phoenix. 5 for 5 on field goals, including a 62-yarder. He made all of his kicks today, and he continues to show that he is the most dominant kicker in the history of the NFL. And I don't think that can really be argued. So we are in the Super Bowl, but we will be without both Jason Kelce and Zaire Savage. Kelce broke his ribs, Savage dislocated his hips. It's especially unfortunate for Kelce, who at 37 years old, he's probably done after this year. So that might be it for Jason Kelce, the former Super Bowl champion, as an Eagle. So now we got to see who we're going to play against, the Bengals or the Colts. The past couple of episodes, I've left you guys on edge on who we're going to play against, but today, I'm going to let you know now before the Super Bowl episode. Obviously, we know the Colts are led by our former quarterback, Xander Vanderwall, who was our starter last year. We had him for the NFC Championship game, in which he lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it would be really ironic if the Colts end up winning this game. So we're going to simcast it here. Bengals start with a touchdown. They lead 7-3 after 1. Now they lead 14-3. Cincinnati's looking good early. The Colts respond, bring it within 4. In the second half, Indy brings it within 1. So now in the fourth quarter, we're going to move a little bit slower. The Bengals moving it nicely, and they would eventually score a field goal. So now the Colts have it back. Can Xander Vanderwall lead his team down the field for the win? 3rd and 18. They only get 4. They have to punt it. So now the Bengals are going to look to choose some clock, and they're unsuccessful. So the Colts have it back. 3.5 minutes to go. Can Xander Vanderwall lead the charge to win the game? They're moving it really well. Under 2 minutes to go. Now in the end zone, it's a touchdown from Vanderwall to Michael Pittman. 20-17. The Bengals are moving it. Their season's on the line. 3rd and 15 incomplete. 4th and 15 dropped. That's your ball game. The Indianapolis Colts defy all odds as the number 7 seed to advance to Super Bowl 60. And that means Malachi Madison and Xander Vanderwall, the 2 quarterbacks who were traded for each other in the offseason, are now going to play against each other in the Super Bowl. So the final games in this series We have Madison against Jalen Hurts and Madison against Xander Vanderwall. I mean, you literally cannot script this any better. We have our two former quarterbacks that we play against in the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. It's kind of wild. We have never played against Xander Vanderwall, so this will be pretty interesting. Here are the Pro Bowl rosters. Jalen Hurts, QB1 in the NFC. He's made like 4 out of 5 Pro Bowls, I think, during this series. So good for him. Hopefully he has fun in Hawaii instead of Atlanta. We had a number of Pro Bowlers, but none of them are going to be playing because they are playing in the Super Bowl. So this is like the most unlikely matchup you'll ever see. The 17-0 Eagles, who are the number 1 seed, against the 10-7 Colts, who barely got in by the skin of their teeth. And for most of the year, it looked like Indianapolis wasn't going to make it, but they got hot at the right time. They've won 3 playoff games against the top 2 seeds, and now the Bengals in the AFC Championship. The most unlikely teams with the most unlikely storyline of Malachi Madison and Xander Vanderwall being traded for each other. Into the Super Bowl week, we have a few players go up in dev trait. Malachi Madison now has superstar, unsurprising, but very well deserved. Tykeem Keon now has superstar X Factor. Again, not a surprise, but very well deserved. Let me know what you think his ability should be. They gave Keon XP for leading the league in receptions, which he did, but he also led the league in yards and touchdowns, and he broke all of those single-season records. Why doesn't he get XP for that? I don't know. That's weird. On defense, we have one player go up. That's Winston Johnson. I was a little bit surprised by this one. I don't really know why he went up, but I'm not complaining. Good for him, I guess. He now has Superstar X Factor. So we now have, I think, 6, 7 X Factors on defense. I think it's 7 now. That's kind of a lot. So as we look at the playoff bracket, it all comes down to this. The Eagles and the Colts in Super Bowl 60 in the next episode. It should be a ton of fun. Hopefully you guys are excited. I'm going to have that episode premiere this Friday. So mark your calendars, Friday, July 29th. Super Bowl 60, Eagles and Colts. Get ready. Malachi Madison against Xander Vanderwall. It's going to be wild. Peace out.